So, Fat Man,
So sleazy.
we got Payback. What's Payback? Let's talk about All Out instead, right?
Sure.
Yeah, well,
I mean, we didn't shit on a wrestling product, so we might as well do it now.
let's get right to it on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
This is the fan, man.
Welcome, everyone, to another wonderful episode. Oh, my goodness. Let's just get this out of the way. First of all, the man of 1,000 marks, Chip Willett, is here.
Hey, if Carl Anderson needs a stunt double, I think I can fill it. I'm looking a little more like him every day.
Yeah, if you order him off Wish and a meth addiction.
It's Timu, bitch. Get it right.
And the other wonderful voice, the man who cannot stop with all the language, Ryan Williams is here with us.
Fucking hey, yo!
Oh my goodness. Today we're going to talk about All Out.
Hopefully you're better than it was All In, because All In was good too, and he fucking hated that.
Of course he did. Yeah,
What? I didn't hate it.
You did too.
I did not hate it.
I have a distinct memory of you hating it.
Well, that's your memory, and it's shit. I got star ratings written down that proves you wrong.
Cool.
I mean, you were
We have an entire episode that you can go listen to on Spotify or wherever.
Oh, it's not like I didn't tee you up for a plug or nothing.
Thank you. You
I
fuck.
queued you up for a plug, dickhead, because I was the one that started the conversation about how bitter you were about the last AEW show.
I'm going to be bitter about this one.
That
This one took place on September 2nd?
You remind me of Walter and Jeff Dunham. That's all
call back. Love it. Call back to an episode last week or 10 minutes ago, depending on when you
listen to us.
Yeah. Love it.
And this one was in Pittsburgh?
Close enough.
No, you should have said the right town. You ruined your own bit. It could have been on the wrong day. Yeah, it could have been on the wrong day, but like we had the same town. It was the best show September 2nd in Chicago.
Except it was September 3rd.
3rd.
How many 80,000 people were at this one, though?
12? 12?
12,000? That sounds about right.
Yeah.
All sold, too. I bet you they resold the same tickets twice. There were people sat on top of each other.
Oh.
Apparently it was like only 10,000 people in a 20,000 seat, but apparently it was set up for 10,000.
Whatever.
It is what it is.
10,000 people came to see a show.
But listen,
Right.
3 years ago, we were watching wrestling shows where nobody was allowed in the fucking venue.
Right?
Yeah.
I've wrestled in front of 2 people and like 500 people, and like it doesn't.
I was actually brought in to be a crowd member one time because the show drew so pay-per-view. No, it was not a. There were 3 people. I was one of them. There's some bodunk fucking show in Marion, New York that drew 3 people. I was one of them because there's literally nobody that showed up.
I got you beat. I performed a show in front of 1 person before. An acting show.
That's called jerking off in the mirror, and that's our OnlyFans website.
OnlyFans.com/wrestling show.
Okay. Do we want to talk about Punk now or later?
After.
Do it now.
No, I want to talk about it after because I think it
sets the tone for the entire weekend of Collision and All Out because the pay-per-view's vibe is completely different.
Well, that is true.
Yes, but
like All In after the Punk nonsense.
what about the Punk nonsense?
Yeah, but they made it their mission to go out and like have a better match and try to get away from that thing because that shit came out right a fucking way. So a week later, he finally gets fired because fuck it, we're getting into it now. A week later, he finally gets fired, and Tony Khan decides to open Collision. Tony Khan very rarely appears on TV. I'll still give him credit for that. His big announcements still don't. Okay, he's there, but he's only on for the screen for like 2 or 3 minutes. He's gone again. He tries not to be on screen a lot. So for him to show up on screen to open up Collision is a big deal for the situation. That and the main event of the fucking pay-per-view changed.
Yes, I will agree with that. I guess I don't know.
So apparently at All In, we talked about All In. We talked about the whole Crimea Rivers real glass type thing and how they got into an incident. We're not going to go into deep. Apparently,
Emo Jungle Cat got upset over real glass and Punk pissed. Blah blah blah. Yeah,
but
right?
Then apparently Tony Khan's life was in danger. Apparently Punk got into Tony Khan's face. We do not know the details. We were not there. We may never know what really happened. Apparently monitors were thrown and got into Tony Khan's face, and there's investigation. Jack Perry suspended indefinitely. Punk got fired over it. That's it.
Well, Vince Russo's comment about this is great. Bro.
Who's?
Vince Russo. Bro, Luna Vachon almost went through me to get at some other diva in the locker room back in the day. Like, legit went fucking through me, bro. And I never complained about job safety or feeling death. But somebody says bad words to Tony Khan and they're fired.
The difference is Tony Khan owns the company. Vince Russo is making
lose the fight to Luna Vachon very quickly. Tony Khan has his cocaine powers to combat CM Punk.
Okay, yes. God damn it. I'm trying not to be.
Allegedly. There, I'll say
Allegedly, thank you.
Oh, right. There's that allegedly shit. I mean, like, it's just a joke, man.
But there is difference to this situation. But again, if monitors were thrown and everything, you don't. Where they were thrown? Who they were thrown at? Apparently, Punk pretty much was throwing shit, saying that he quit. And then I guess Joe stepped up and said, "Get your fucking ass out to that ring." So
Joe. Okay. Joe.
Okay, so here's what I want to quickly do. Let me see if I can actually show this because I think this is very relevant to this. Okay, maybe this actually.
Today I had to make one of the toughest decisions of my professional career. Today I terminated Phil Brooks, CM Punk, for cause. This stems from a backstage incident at AEW All In last Sunday. The incident was regrettable, and it endangered people backstage. That includes the production staff, the people who help put the show on every week, innocent people who had nothing to do with it. I've been going to wrestling shows for over 30 years. I've been producing them on this network for nearly 4 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show. I don't think anybody should feel that way at work. I don't think the people I work with should feel that way. And I had to make a very difficult choice today. It came at the recommendation of a discipline committee here in AEW, as well as outside legal counsel who delivered a unanimous recommendation. And I have followed up on that recommendation. I'm sorry to any fans who are upset by this. I'm sorry to anyone who's upset by this. Despite that, we're going to have a great show tonight on Collision, and we're going to have a great AEW All Out pay-per-view tomorrow here in Chicago. Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week in AEW history. We're going to continue the great momentum here tonight on Collision and tomorrow night on All Out pay-per-view.
Okay, before we get pulled, that's courtesy of AEW themselves.
Yes, that was directly from Tony Khan and AEW.
And don't worry, it's not a copyright issue because we're on their mailing list.
We are actually.
We are definitely on their mailing list.
Journalism.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Were the board that he was talking about, board of people that were worried about the security that he talked with, was that the elite?
I don't think it matters because the people that he includes in this is the legal team. And any legal team worth their weight in salt would say, get the fuck rid of him now.
And they should have done that
the first time.
I give Tony Khan so much shit. And some of it may not be deserved. Some of it 100% is. I give him props for going on air and doing that. Because it is not a popular decision from fans, especially in Chicago, making that announcement.
Right? Here's
that's
my other
why
thing.
It was a fucking video and he didn't do it live.
That's apparently not true because
he came out after Collision.
He got booed at first and cheered when he left.
But he didn't initially release that information first. Like, he didn't do it live first. He did it as a tape thing first and then talked to the crowd after. That's called fucking self-preservation in Chicago.
I do the same thing.
Who
cares? He did it.
Oh, I gave him all the credit in the world and said how big of a thing it is. But it's just funny that when he said it first, don't say, oh, he did this in Chicago. He didn't do it in Chicago. Not the first time when he should have did. Like, if he had initially come out in the middle of the ring and be like, so, I fired Punk. Boo. You do it on a video, you can control the boo. Do it after the show, you can control the boo.
He also commented, meeting was scheduled with Punk and the Bucks called off. Yeah.
It doesn't. The thing is, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Buck said there was never a meeting, first nor last.
Yeah. Punk himself said there was never a meeting.
No, Punk's side says there was a meeting, and the Young Bucks says there was never an agreed upon meeting, first nor last. Was the latest I've seen.
Here's the thing: it doesn't matter.
Well,
it does because it's our journalistic skills to find out this information and talk about it because it could affect.
It doesn't affect anything because at the end of the day, Tony Khan had the problem. It doesn't matter if it was Punk, or if it was Jack Perry, if it was fucking Sky Blue. At the end of the day, he felt threatened by this wrestler, and he fired them. It doesn't matter if it was Punk. It doesn't matter if it was anybody else. He took it upon himself to have at least. And this is directly from Tony Khan's mouth, he had legal involved. He had a disciplinary committee involved. Doesn't matter who it is. You know, that's the thing. And that's the biggest problem about all of this is that people are saying, well, Punk was railroaded. Punk had nothing to do. He's done this before with other companies.
He done this a year ago with the same company.
Right.
Yes.
Stephen Wayne posted Punk was carried every match he had in AEW and his ego was the issue.
100% yes.
Yes.
100%.
He listens to the podcast all the time.
He is a follower. I know him personally.
Yeah, again, he should have done this last year. Now, not to know that he wasn't going to fire Punk. Why didn't they just change the finish on the fly to have Joe win at All In?
I don't think that. Well, here's the thing. If
it happened,
what's that?
It happened, and he went to the ring. Like Tony Khan, for his credit, as much credit as he is, like he said in that little fucking clip, he's only been doing this for 4 years now. Common sense didn't dictate in his head, get that belt off him because Joe didn't need the belt, and the belt is useless on Joe. That belt only works on Punk.
You're 100% correct. And on top of it, if they change the finish on the fly, then Tony Khan completely contradicts the statement then. That he waited to sit there and do a full investigation on everything and dot his I's, cross his T's.
Right.
If you're making Punk do any match, it's dropping that belt to Ricky Starks, and Ricky Starks cutting the promo saying, "I don't need this belt now. I want the actual title, not this fake X bullshit."
Yeah. Todd posted, he has done it before. That doesn't mean he's the only one wrong in the situation.
100%. Jack Perry's a fucking idiot for what he did, too.
Yeah. Right. Two wrongs don't make a right here.
Steven posted, it sucks seeing Joe getting jobbed to Punk.
Joe did it 20 years ago to him. Relax.
He's getting his win back. It's fine.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shitty situation. Yeah, I agree. Like, it really all started with Jack Perry saying that one comment. And
that shows Jack Perry's, I'd say, inexperience. Had that have been a veteran or somebody dropping a cheeky line, cool. Had that be MJF, somebody who's known to drop those cheeky lines, cool. Jack Perry wasn't there long enough to do that, and to go poke the oldest, meanest, or oldest fucking angry old man in your locker room for no other reason, just because you think it's funny to pop some of the boys in the back. That's not good mojo either.
Yeah, Bully Ray did not approve of this situation at all.
Oh, fuck Bully Ray. He can go suck my goddamn dick. And I love Bully Ray.
Oh, yeah, you missed an opportunity. You should have said he sucks eggs.
Excuse me. Let me roll back. Fucking Bully Ray sucks eggs.
Thank you.
No, here's the thing. I 100% agree with your sentiment, Ryan. You and I both know this. You know, what you can get away with out front to try and pop the boys is very dependent on your pecking order. Okay? You don't fuck with the draw. You don't fuck with the guy that's got the promoters here. And Jack Perry basically did both with one shot. That being said, he's been disciplined in theory.
Suspended indefinitely.
He's been suspended.
That's just as disciplined now as when Sammy Guevara 8 years ago, or however long it was, said he'd rape Sasha Banks, and they sent him away for 2 months for sensitivity training.
That's a little bit of a different situation, but if it was a physical fight that Jack Perry was in, they did the same thing that they did to the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
So just because he's suspended doesn't mean he isn't going to come back. Obviously, they brought Punk back. They brought the Elite back. You know, shit happens. Sometimes things happen in the back room.
Fuck you. I have not seen Michael Nakazawa since.
Okay, fair. You got me there.
2 more comments. Steven posted again. Perry is going full heel. Liked it. Todd posted, it was probably the Bucks' idea for Perry to get to Punk. Yeah, Perry gets to stay home and bang his hot girlfriend. Some punishment.
I mean, Punk gets to go home and bang his hot wife permanently now.
3.5 weeks. That's how much longer is left from the baby comes and I get to have sex again.
All right.
Talking about banging hot wives. Sorry, man.
Say here. I mean,
are we gonna talk about the show now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We got this out of our system.
Okay.
And another thing about WLC.
Yo, dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
I do.
Whoa! Aren't you going to talk about the pre-show?
I didn't watch the pre-show. Wait. I did watch the pre-show. And how god-awful it was. Okay.
I like the dead-eyed of Brian Cage on the apron.
I want to talk about the over-the-budget Battle Royal.
That was a good little match, man. That was fun.
I don't even want to talk about the match. I want to talk about what they did with it. Having the $50K be a donation that the wrestler chose where to go.
Yes,
I thought that was going
to some Chicago place the entire goddamn time. They should have had Mogul Embassy win it, and Nana be like, "I donated to me."
Well, that's the thing, is that you do the first year like that, or like how they did it here, where a face wins it and they donate it. Obviously, Hangman's a former teacher, so obviously they're going to give it to the Education Association for Chicago. But that's a great way of getting huge fucking heat and go, I'm just going to give it to me and blah, 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 blah. The next time the heel wins it. And then Tony's got to go, well, here's 10 grand to some rando charity instead. Sorry. You know, or something like that, where it's like, cool, awesome. But I just like the premise behind it. I thought it was cool. I thought it was nice. And having Nigel can't figure out where he's going to stand to fucking announce where they're sending it to was fucking hilarious later on. That's all I wanted to say about it. Go ahead.
Yo, dog, here's our tag team matches. ROH World Tag Team Championship. Better Than You, baby. Defense against the Dark Order. 14 minutes. I put 41 minutes. I don't know why. It's 14 minutes and 5 seconds. Kent gave this 3 1/4. Ryan.
Ron Kidd's dog. Absolutely Ron Kidd's dog. Not only because I had him picked in the scorecard because I thought it was cool and nobody else in our scorecard group picked that. So I was like, this is definitely going to happen. And then I realized I'm a fucking idiot. This is definitely not going to happen. But no, Ron Kidd's dog. Dark Order deserves something. And even if I know it involves paying attention to Ring of Honor television as well, like they're resurfacing as that old school Dark Order angry like they were pushing on commentary if you're watching Ring of Honor's product as well. So I thought it was just nice because you're not going to keep the belts on Adam Cole and you're not going to keep your belts on Adam Cole and MJF for long. You're going to want to put it on a heel tag team. The fucking Mogul
Embassy is what I think he's trying to say.
Yeah,
they should have put it here on Dark Order now. If not, Dark Order needs to be the ones to take it from him with the connection of him training Adam Cole. Like, there's so many different little aspects here that was just, it'll be fun. This would have been the Guns had the Guns not became one of the best fucking tag teams in AEW. Shut up, Cat.
I was going to say something about that, and then the cat came in and...
It was an okay match for a house show.
Because this is the house show of the two AEW shows.
Kind of was, but yeah, it was an okay match for a house show.
That's a correct statement, man. How it was promoted, how you looked at the card compared to each other, where the fucking crowd was. Like, they were just as loud in Chicago, but this was a glorified house show if you compare the two AEW shows.
I mean, it was fine. They furthered MJF's neck injury, which is why I thought Dark Order was going to win. I thought they were going to further the injury. Everything that happened that I thought happened. Wow, say that 1,000 times fast. Everything that I thought was going to happen happened, except Dark Order winning.
Okay.
Like, they kind of got nerfed with Adam Cole just being like, okay, I'm just going to destroy you and you together. And then MJF comes out and sells the neck, but then no sells the neck and then sells it again. And then gets into this pushing match with Joe, which is a callback from NXT, if you get the reference. And fucking, like...
Turned into a pull apart
where MJF's neck is now fine, and Ron's gonna be like, adrenaline. I'm gonna be like, fuck you.
Because it is adrenaline.
So,
because it is fuck you. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, same raising piece of shit. Okay match for a house show. And I hate saying that, but you're for a lot of the same reasons. The Panama Sunrise counter into roll up, which is basically the Panama Sunrise, kind of. What the hell was that? I believe the match was okay, but the crowd was super into it. So it's like it was like, yeah, cool. That was the loudest I've ever heard anyone yell double clothesline. Okay, goodness gracious. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this now.
It better be the kangaroo kick is deadly.
Well, yeah, that's funny. Well, that's the thing is that MJF's doing all these babyface style spots as a heel, and it's just this weird.
What are you talking about? They go to shake hands and he pokes him in the eye.
Well, yeah, but he's getting pops for it. That's the thing.
He's our scumbag,
right? But that's kind of the point is that he's doing babyface spots as a heel. Doing heel spots. It's weird. And I love it.
So
don't get me wrong.
AEW?
Yes.
No, because nobody's doing it like MJF is doing it. without question. There is nobody that even touches MJF in terms of how he's pulling this off.
I'm talking about the booking, but
no, I'm talking about him. And I'm talking about how he's doing in the ring. Okay? And I'm going to say this right now, and it's probably going to be a very controversial thing I'm about to say. First two matches did not be on the show. Their Ring of Honor matches, they should have been on a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. And I know that's a terrible thing to say because that means you lose Joe. That means you lose your Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. You could have put them on someplace else maybe. But here's the thing, is that those are the types of matches you want to finish shows with on Ring of Honor to get people to watch, Ring of Honor. Why is this on this fucking show?
To watch Ring of Honor, to help promote Ring of Honor.
That was weird. There was a crowd in the background.
Wow. More crowd than AEW.
Of course, it's a football arena.
I'm going to say, when C said the crowd was super loud, this isn't the only match where the match was just and the crowd was very loud for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's going to be a theme.
Like they were trying to get themselves over.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I will.
You mean crowd in Chicago? They know that they do that all the time. It's the AEW crowd too. Like you had the perfect storm of fucking.
Right. Chip.
Yeah, okay, match for a house show. It's just, I mean, I didn't not for 1 minute did I think they were losing the belts, and I do like the Dark Order going back to their dark, evil ways, the heelish ways. I like it. When he went to shake his hand and he poked him in the eye, I thought the Three Stooges meets Ric Flair. Thought it was great. But okay, match for a house show. To me, the Right Kids died. I just didn't see it going to the to Dark Order.
Where's our tag team match enthusiast?
I'm right here. Can you not hear me?
I can now.
ROH Women's Television Champion.
Sleazy, you dumb fuck. I was the first person to talk about the tag team match. Okay.
I know. It's just you were so quiet. It's like, did he leave?
No one even just noticed what I just did. I did
What?
ROH
Women's Champion. Yeah, I heard it.
Women's Champion. Wow. ROH Television Championship.
That's the right title.
Tongan Jim defends against Shane Taylor.
I mean, there was a lot of titties in this match. I can understand.
Yes, there was.
6
should have been
minutes.
the women's champion. The women's TV title.
What is this, the NWA? They actually have a women's TV title?
Well, one of 300 titles that they have.
Still not as many as
6 minutes, 25 seconds. Ken gave this 2 1/4 chip.
2 3/4. Mike Sanders it. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I'm a huge Shane Taylor fan, so it's always good to see him on the pay-per-view. Joe's just going to be Joe and just decimate everybody.
Sleazy.
First of all, Shane Taylor looks great. It looks like he lost maybe 50 pounds since the last time I saw him, which was a while ago because #I don't watch the product.
Legit.
Part 1 of Big Meaty Men Slapping Meat, obviously.
I'd call this a prelude.
A prelude, yes. It was like a moose spoosh of Big Meaty Man Slapping Meat. Chip got the reference. Thank you. So I love the pull apart beforehand. It's just a good little match. 3 stars. Nothing like major. It was a Samoa Joe match. I think it was despite my qualms with the 2 matches here, shouldn't be on this show. It still gave a little bit of a spotlight to Shane Taylor that was desperately needed because I think they're going to push him up to the AEW roster. And this was a good little way of kind of showcasing him a little bit. And yes, I know I contradicted myself there, but still.
Yep, Ryan.
This match had no right being as good as what it was for a 6-minute fucking match.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Shane Taylor was going to win, but I know enough about Shane Taylor that I do enjoy his work. I don't see anybody beating Joe till Joe beats Jay Lethal's record. And it's only like 60 days away now.
Yeah.
Match was good. Right Kid died.
Mike Sanders, 2 3/4. TNT Championship, Luchasaurus defends against Darby Allin, 12 minutes and 20 seconds. Ken gave this 3.5. I'm going to start this off, and Ryan's going to say, "Oh, it's AEW. What do you expect?" Was this a no count out, no disqualification match?
It's AEW. What do you expect?
Dead serious. Was this a no?
Serious. They don't believe in count outs or no disqualifications. Very rarely, and they even pretend like they like to do it, but they don't. You know this.
Yeah, I know. I'm still going to bitch about it. The referee's counting sometimes, not counting the other times. Just letting them do what the fuck they want. Like I said, it's AEW. I'm never not going to bitch about how fucking ridiculous it is. They do it when they feel like they need to do it, instead of just being consistent about it. It makes the product look like shit. And this match is no different. This is a 2-star match. This was actually a 3.5-star match. That was a 2-star match. Was all the fuckery that happened in it. Plus, it was way too long.
Just stop.
12 minutes.
AEW. Like just the Reddit thing from last week's episode or 25 minutes ago episode. Call back again.
I told you.
Well done.
I told you I'm gonna bitch about it.
I know, but just stop watching it. You don't like the product. It stresses you out so much.
I said before we went on the air, the first half of this show, I did not like. It did pick up big time, and we'll get to it. But I was just like, ugh. If Darby Allin's this hurt, yes, give him a little bit of offense. But God, this match should have been this one should have been 6 minutes, and Joe and Taylor should have been 12. They should have flipped the times.
No, because this is a Darby Allin match in AEW to take a massive fucking beating. And I legit almost jumped out of my chair when he hits that fucking code red because I was like, it's AEW. That's the shit AEW would do to put Darby Allin over here now.
Sleazy.
This was 3.5 stars, and this was by far Luchasaurus's best match he's ever done as a singles competitor.
Oh, he looked like a fucking monster, didn't he?
100%.
Walking up the stairs?
Oh my goodness. The things that they had him do for this match was absolutely perfect for his character, and I guarantee you that was because of Christian. Because before all of this, Luchasaurus didn't really have an idea of where he should be. And this was just absolutely pitch perfect for what he should be. I have a problem, and I'm going to say this now, but it's going to come up over and over and over again. Color on Darby. Where did it come from again?
Razor blade.
Well, yeah, but what was the kayfabe reason?
He got his head nailed into the steps.
Right. Okay, so we've got color in this match. Put a pin in that later. Luchasaurus in the corner trying to, I guess it was a German on Darby, but couldn't pull him off from the rope, so it looked like he was butt fucking him. Brazzers moment.
And then the suplex that followed right after.
Right.
He German suplexed him onto the front of his face. That's physically impossible.
And yet he did it. My biggest complaint is Luchasaurus needs to watch some Luger tapes before he's going to do a torture rack again. But I love this bit of the story at the end, except for one big thing. Did not like the locker room coming out to save Darby. I just didn't like it. It should have been. It should be Sting.
Should be Sting.
It didn't have to be like half the locker room. Have to be like best friends came out and other people that had no interaction with Darby at all to come out and save him. It was kind of weird. But other than that, I thought it was a good little match. 3.5 stars.
Ryan.
Didn't already talk about this. I'll talk about it again. Also enjoyed the match. Luchasaurus looked like a fucking monster. And Christian's TNT title reign is going to go down in history as one of the best TNT title reigns that has ever happened. They are the TNT champion. If that can be a pronoun, I can put the two of them in the fucking one title reign together.
Well, the way Luchasaurus is going to be, they slashed them a lot.
Chip.
Dino / War.
3 1/4. Thought it was a really, really good match. Definitely Luchasaurus' best match yet. Yeah. I didn't feel like Darby Allin, it was one of his better matches, but it did showcase how big and how much of a monster Luchasaurus has become, especially under Christian's run and reign.
To talk about a callback, a couple episodes ago, if you go back and listen to All In's our review of that, me speaking about how Darby Allin's time is going to be short fucking lived for the style he wrestles and the beatings he takes. And I think every bad bump he's ever taken in his career, he duplicated them all fucking Sunday night. Whatever Luchasaurus could have did to him to make him fucked up, he did, and then was like, how do we top it? I know it looked kind of shitty because it wasn't Lex Luger's torture act that we are pristine and used to, but it looked grosser as he was bending them around his dino neck.
Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs, 15 minutes, 40 seconds. Cat gave this 4 stars. Sleazy.
Me.
Anal spelled backwards is all elite.
No, she's not though.
But I had to say it just to get the pop in. So fucking long.
This
also mean. That too.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
This was Hoss gonna Hoss. I will absolutely say that, but this was way too long. This should have been 6 minutes long. And I think it would have been. What was the actual time on it?
15:40.
Yeah, it should have been 6 minutes. This was way too long. Way too fucking long.
This match was fantastic.
No, I hated it. If this was a 6 minute, them just throwing bombs at each other and then finish the way they finished, I would have been, yeah, this is great. Fuck yeah. It was like, yeah, this is great. Okay, this is still good. Okay, yeah. Okay, no. So 2 stars.
Wow. Okay. I did not expect that. I gave it 3, and I thought I was going to be the underrated piece of shit on the show. Because of exactly what you said. It went too long. It just went. It went too, and they were doing the same things. I'm going to hit you. Oh, by the way, every match had a chop. I'm going to no sell it. I'm going to chop you. No sell. Chop.
Damn it,
no
D-Lo.
No chop. No. Every fucking match on the show had that spot.
Well, thank God they didn't get color.
When you're talking about the one spot I noticed was one guy hits the other guy into the rope or the corner, goes to run across, and then the other guy runs. Like, I noticed that happen in multiple matches, too.
Yeah, it did.
Like,
nobody's talking to each other.
Yeah, this was big meaty men slapping me.
Because when they do, they get fucking fired.
Okay,
that was
great.
Good.
That was good. But no, like, there was like from this match forward, even the women's match had a I'm gonna no sell your chop spot. It's like, really, every fucking match has to have that spot. Yeah. It just got boring quick.
That's on. You know what? That's on the
producers.
The fucking producers.
Yeah, but no, yeah, 3 stars, way better than I expected. I think it went too long. Anal Spell Backwards coming out was interesting, but at least it gives Meryl something to do. That's the positive I'm trying to be more positive, even though it doesn't seem like it. At least it's giving Meryl a story and something to do.
Other than play games?
Yes. Ryan.
I think you're all crazy. I think this was a great match. And proof that AEW has a Haas division. Make the fucking Haas for all I get. Treat your big wrestler like the fucking truth.
The 305 Live title.
Something.
Oh. This was the match I was referring to where the crowd was getting themselves over with a Meet Forever match.
Yeah, I will
Meet Forever. Yep. This was the match where I'm like, they were doing it just to get themselves over.
And they were doing it in the first match, but they absolutely were doing it here.
Yes, this was the match I was referring to when they did that.
I think it was because they were bored.
Yeah, had it not gone 15 minutes, it would have been a higher rating for me, but I'm giving it 3 stars. Just, I got bored with it real fast. And as much as I love Big Man Stop Me, don't get me wrong, I'm the NJPW mark here. I love that shit, but it's just after a while, when you see the same thing over and over and over again, and the no selling, and then the selling, and then making no sense at all, you're going to lose me. You're going to lose my attention span real fast. And they did.
TBS Championship, Trish Stratlander defends against Ruby Soho. 12 minutes, 25 seconds. Kent gave this 3 1/4. Sleazy is the women's wrestling.
Did you call her Trish Stratlander?
He called her Trish Stratlander.
Okay.
It was Trish Stratlander. I'm fucking up a lot on this show.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm sleazing all over the place.
Zoolander reference with the blue steel look in her entrance.
Yeah. Well, 100% yes. Why am I always disappointed? It's always one disappointment after another. Yeah, this happened on the fucking WWE show too. Well, all the women's matches this weekend were not great.
The 2? Oh wait, no.
There were 3. There were 3.
The steel cage match, yeah.
Yeah. Technically 4 if you include the 6th woman.
Which was terrible.
Yes.
Which was why I wasn't adding into it. Okay, let's start with the fact that Toni Storm being the crazy person coming out after the fact and almost nothing, spraying the
green mist everywhere. Fuck, I was so hard.
Okay, I'm not a fan of blondes. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm not a fan of blondes. She's a good-looking woman. Okay, this kind of
respectful bullshit is that?
Okay, well, here's the thing: is she's a little bit on the.
That's what when they're that crazy.
That's Fat Man's
like an apple fritter. Okay?
So what now?
Well, she's crazier than an apple fritter.
Oh, okay.
No, I say when they're that crazy, you have to lick that shitter like an apple fritter.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's Fat Man's gimmick. So I'm backing away from that.
That tracks.
2 stars, and I think I'm being
never ate an ass before.
Yeah. I think I'm being generous at 2 stars here. I love Trish Stratlander. I think she's really good in the ring. I think Ruby Soho's great in the ring. So I don't really know what really happened here. I think there's just too much gaga going on to really get anywhere. But yeah, 2 stars.
Same random piece of shit.
Cool.
Yeah, I literally said in my notes, and I think I'm being generous for 2 stars. Toni Storm going the wrong way for the final spot was okay. And how Soho did not see her was, whatever. It was a mess. It further along the Outcast breaking up things, so it served its purpose. It's fine. Chip.
Boring. 2 stars. I couldn't. I tried watching it and it just wasn't coming across with me. And you're right. They both can go. I don't understand. It seemed very rushed. Even though it took time, it just seemed like rushed spots and all that to me.
Ryan.
The fact that the build up to this in the video that Ruby Soho says she never held gold before. Made me curious to look it up. The biggest title that woman has held for a singles title is the OVW Women's Championship. The second biggest thing she's held is the Young Lions Cup from Chikara.
Yep. Which wasn't technically a belt.
Fuck you, the Chikara reference. Got to throw one in every show. And I
had to get it in. Had to get it in. Because to me, and it's fucked up, because to me it's crazy. Because of Chikara,
fuck you,
vividly remember the world title match for Chikara's world title being Princess Kimberly versus Hardy Lovelace. A woman versus a woman for a man's world championship. It was unheard of at the time. Yep. So it's crazy to think of the evolution that Ruby Soho has not held the NXT women's title, has not held the Raw or the SmackDown or the Women's World or you know what I mean? Like she wasn't a fucking tag champion WWE. Like that's crazy. And she's not going to do an AEW either unless they have women's tag belts or women's trios belts.
I think she's being Saraya.
I don't think so.
I think that's where they're going to lead that to.
You know where I think that she's going to win first before then? Is that she's going to ring the Ring of Honor women's title.
Huh. Yeah.
I believe... Here's
what a missed opportunity.
Right?
They could have had all three of those outcasts with 3 singles women's championships.
Right. Yeah. And technically, the Strong Women's Championship could, in theory, fall on the show too. So there are multiple different ways of doing that. It's sad. It's really sad.
Strut match. Daniel Bryanson versus Ricky Starks for 16 minutes and 40 seconds. Ken gave this 4 1/4. This was violence. Fuck.
4 1/4. Fuck that underrated piece of shit. This was a fuck.
4 stars?
You're nuts.
He's also nuts.
You're fucking nuts.
This was easily the match of the night up until this point. This was violence. Fun. I enjoyed it.
That's straight for you.
So, Ricky Starks, in my notes, Ricky Starks carried that match. Danielson only came back because Punk got fired. 100%.
Danielson says after Ricky Starks carried that match.
Which was weird. I didn't even see that quote until this morning. So when I wrote that and I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, because Danielson, his arm was still bandaged up, and yeah, he must have been on Novocaine or whatever for that arm, cortisone, whatever it is.
The fact that he says he never threw a strike with his right arm the entire match and nobody noticed.
Yeah, I noticed. I was surprised he was even using that arm to get up. So, yeah, hats off to Ricky Starks. This is his coming out moment. 100%. Honestly,
give it 4 stars.
Doesn't mean anything. Coming out moment, still a great match. Wrong kid died. Oh, another reason I gave it 4 stars is Danielson. Well, no, Danielson's a heel, but he's a face, and then he comes out with the heels later. I don't. AEW.
No, Blackpool Combat Club have outright dissociated themselves as tweeners.
But in this
generalization, but
in this instance, in this instance, it kind of makes sense. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, American Dragon, Ricky Steamboat, number 1 all-time babyface. He's never been heel, so I get it. Don't like it, but I get it.
Chip's falling asleep over there.
Chip, go ahead then.
4 stars. It was a good, but yeah, definitely Ricky Starks' coming out match. Best I've seen him look, I think, ever. But you could definitely tell that he was carrying the match, and sucks they had to rush Danielson back faster than he was ready, but understood because of the whole CM Punk situation.
Sleazy.
You guys are fucking delusional. It's a fucking 5-star match.
I was going to say, you better be talking to them.
The only reason he's giving us a 5-star match is because Final Countdown, the only reason. And by the way, this wasn't even the best match on the show.
That means there's at least 2 5-star matches then. Because this is a 5-star match.
It's not a 5-star match.
This is 100% a 5-star match.
You gave this a 5-star match, but not the tag title match on Payback a 5-star match?
Yeah. Because this was better.
No, it wasn't.
It was different. It wasn't
suck
better.
Your goddamn dick, okay?
Wow. Only thanks.
Here's the thing. No, what? You know how much I fucking hate strap matches. They're fucking limiting as fuck. They always make it awkward one way or another. And you have Bryan fucking Danielson with a fucked up arm doing this fucking match like this. And I'm not even going to complain about the fucking blood because this actually needed it. But holy shit, this was perfection in a match. How are you not... How is this a 4-star match to you two?
How is the tag title match not a 5-star match to you?
Because I had my reason.
I had my reasons. I told them.
Yours are idiotic.
So are yours.
And I agree with you. The fact is, why is he a fucking face here? But you're absolutely right behind it. Is that if you're going to do the whole Ricky the Dragon Steamboat gimmick, you have to make him a face. Sorry, sucks, but that's the truth of it. It's perfection. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, guys, I'm out. I'm fading.
All right.
Peace, man.
Ryan, you already said it was a 5-star match, blah, blah, blah.
Because it was a fucking 5-star match.
It wasn't, but okay. Yo, Dogger, who'd you like tag team matches?
I do.
Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta versus some Asian and fucking the King of this 2-star match, Eddie Kingston. 15 minutes and 55 seconds. Ken gave us 3 1/4. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling. I'm popping because you're like, what you rate it? Of course I rated it 2 stars. And I think I'm being generous. All this was chops. That's all this match was 15, almost 16 minutes of fucking chops. That's it. And then no selling chops. And then chopping. And then no selling more chops. And fucking at least the right kids died. Fucking there.
They didn't even, right kids didn't even die.
Yeah, they did. Right kids died.
Kingston needs his win over Claudio.
He
I
will
think they're
get
going to
it.
do that as singles again.
Yeah, he'll get it.
I think they're going to put the title on Kingston.
If Mark Briscoe didn't get hurt, yeah.
Yeah.
I really think they are going to put the world title on Kingston. So that's why I think the right kids died. Claudio gets to win. Was it Final Battles or next one? ROH pay-per-view? He'll win a Final Battle. No, wait.
So.
No. Isn't it? They just did Death Before Dishonor, right? Glory by Honor? Glory by Honor? There's at least one more before Final Battle, I think.
I don't remember, honestly.
Oh, no, momento, por favor. I can find out.
While he's trying to figure it out, I liked the match, but it wasn't great. I gave it an okay match for a house show. I thought it was, it wasn't, like I said, I don't know. It did its job because at the end of the day, we had Kingston lose, but Kingston losing to an uppercut, which I thought was very interesting after all that happened in the match. But yeah, it was a very strong style match. It was very much a Shibata style match. It was very much a Kingston style, I'm just going to keep chopping the shit out of everybody and having them chop me. And poor Wheeler Yuta just sitting there without a belt going, I don't want to take the pin this time, please. Don't make me do the pin, please. And this time, he got to win.
And he got to win.
Yeah. He got to be on the winning team. He didn't get to win, but
There is no other pay-per-views currently announced.
Okay, then probably Final Battle then.
It's probably Final Battle, yeah. Because what are we at?
I keep forgetting we're in September.
Supercard, Death Rules Honor, and Final Battle are the three main that kind of pops up.
Yeah, Glory by Honor is like their secondary show.
Yeah.
They haven't had a Glory by Honor.
Probably since
quite a few years.
2020?
Probably. Probably since before Tony Khan purchased it, for sure.
Go back further.
Ryan,
really?
Ryan, what do you think of the match? Ryan, what do you think of the match?
I was reading, but hold on, I'm sorry. Jesus,
you don't know how to read.
I don't know how to read. What match are we talking about again? Refresh my memory.
The tag match. Shibata.
The one you're a enthusiast of.
Shibata Kingston versus...
I like strong style matches in this way. I like Eddie Kingston. I like Claudio. Wheeler Yuta's like that annoying little fucking brother of the BCC, and it's... I feel like they keep trying to get Wheeler Yuta over, and if Wheeler Yuta went anywhere else, he'd be shit. But because it's AEW in the crowd, and they want to be like, oh, this is our home guy, and blah, blah, blah. Like, they pushed it over. It's funny to see Shibata still being tangled around, because I figured that Pure Total reign wouldn't have gone on as long as it was. And I still think the Rock Kid's done. Eddie Kingston should have pinned Claudio here to justify another title match.
Okay. So, Ryan, you're watching Raw, right?
Correct.
So, apparently Piper Niven is injured?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Are you fucking kidding me?
Told you. Cursing tag belts.
I'm sorry for laughing about it because it's terrible to have somebody injured.
But
god damn it. God fucking damn it. Retire the goddamn belts already.
No.
Okay.
The women's roster can't handle another injury. It's already tiny.
Kenny Omega versus Takeshita. 22 minutes and 30 seconds. Kent gave this 4.5. This was match of the night. This was surprisingly match of the night.
No.
Yes. Takeshita tried to kill Kenny Omega at least twice. This was surprisingly awesome to me. I agree with Cam, 4.5 stars. Right Kid died. He won clean-ish. So, which we all thought and all in. You guys thought would happen. I thought should happen. So, at least they got the booking right on this. And it was clean. So, I really can't fault this match. And Ryan's going to say...
What's it missing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your face! There, I did it this time.
Thank you. So really, what was it missing?
How much he dislikes Kenny Omega. That's what it was missing.
Honestly, no. I give Kenny Omega props for this match. I think legitimately when he got hit, he got that German or whatever it was, he landed right in his head. He was unstable for a good 5 minutes. I was like, why aren't you not stopping the match? Like, he was getting up and he was... I don't know if he was selling that. Wait, it can't be Kenny Omega. He was not selling that good. That was 100% legit then.
My comment stands.
So, maybe that's why. I think they should have probably checked on him to make sure he wasn't dead or concussed. Again, it's AEW, so... That's the reason.
Matt Hardy damn near died, and they didn't check on him. So why?
So so that's the reasoning.
So you're taking a full half star off of what otherwise would be a perfect match because he landed on his head and no one checked on him. I'm just trying to get the story straight here.
He could have hurt himself further and take a shit further.
Okay.
Or more. So
okay.
I stand by my reasons.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Let's see now sleazy shit on it.
No, this is perfection. Absolutely 5-star match. Without question. And it got over one of the hardest hitting guys on the roster right now. There was a visual later on in the match that after Don Callis tried to murder Kenny, where the the screwdriver was just stuck in there. They did a spot, and I don't know who made this camera shot, but it was absolutely beautiful how it was framed, because you had the screwdriver just sitting there in the foreground and them doing, I think it was a suplex in the background. It was just this weird, awesome visual. And this entire match was just stuff like that happening and just beating the ever loving fuck out of Kenny Omega. And it made him look like a fucking badass that absolutely is needed in this fucking locker room, because right now we need a new big heel. He's a fucking big heel now. He took out one of the greatest potentially greatest NJPW superstars, certainly Gaijins of all time, and made it clean almost as a whistle.
I bitched about it was more of the nitpick with All In about how the production could have been better. This show, they cleaned some of that up. That visual was there, and there was a visual in the international title match where I thought was absolutely great also.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if it was because they farmed it out for the overseas tour.
They might have.
And if that was the case, then they need to find somebody else that was better to do it. Hey, GoPro Wrestling, plug, use them. But yeah, the only thing I was kind of weird about, Don Callis's little dull roar music. Mm-hmm. They played it after he won, and they played it so loud that you couldn't hear the audience react. And I think they did that on purpose to try and sell the fact that this was an amazing accomplishment, almost like a Brock Lesnar beating Undertaker for the streak type thing. And I think it did a little disservice to the win, only because you saw the people reacting on the screen, but you couldn't hear them.
There might be another reason why.
There might be.
Maybe they didn't want him cheered because
I don't.
Chicago.
That's very possible. Absolutely.
I did notice that too.
I'd love for you to get on a podcast with AEW Max and bring that up. You're like, weren't you fuckheads bitching at WWE for loud music and piping in shit?
It was definitely a reason why they did it. What the reason was is up for interpretation, in my opinion. But I will concede the fact that that could absolutely been a reason too. So I thought they did it just to get the oh my god, he beat Kenny Omega so fucking, not single-handedly, but so decisively.
Right. So. All right, Ryan.
I don't think this match was better, and I don't think this is the second best match of the night. It was a good match. Props for Kenny putting over Takeshita, but the international title match that we'll talk about later was better than this match too.
Yo, Dogger, who'd you like tag team matches?
Ooh, that's me. I do.
That would be you, yeah.
FTR, the Young Bucks versus Bullet Club Gold, 21 minutes, 35 seconds. Kent gave this 4 stars. Ryan, you're the tag team wrestling enthusiast.
Right, fucking kids died. Bullet Club Gold can't do no wrong. And now they're going to mainly benefit from fucking fuckhead gone now. Collision is their show. Give them the trios belt. Shitty they put them on the Acclaim, but they should go to Bullet Club Gold right away. Juice Robinson and the Guns would make awesome trios champions. And it would be better if they had the AEW ones than if they had the Ring of Honor ones.
First part of this match was kind of boring, but it really picked up.
Double blind tag finish is great too.
And this is where I put the notes. You can only have so many matches where people chop the shit out of each other and no sell it to where it just becomes boring. 3.5.
They did so much boring shit. 3.5.
Well, I mean, the spot was boring because it's just like, oh, this spot again? I love the finish. The finish was great.
I'm just looking at my notes here.
Oh, yes, Fat Man, dickhead. I see that note, too.
Yeah, that was basically what I have here. It's funny.
I mean, you can't all be right. I'll just be the one who's always right. It just makes sense.
No, you didn't think that match was a 5-star match. You're not always right.
It wasn't a 5-star match, but okay.
I actually, if you're saying it's a 5-star match, I would disagree as well. You're right in the fact that right kids died. 100% right kids died. First question I need to ask: why didn't Cash turn on Dax and the Young Bucks and join up with the Bullet Club? You know, comes up, baby. Thank you. I'm here all week, guys.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Nick completely whiffing on the backflip tope was funny as hell. I did like how each team kind of helped each other with each other's finishers and stuff like that, or tag moves. I thought that was really well done. I love the 4-corner top rope move. I thought it was a great match. It was still a 4-star match, but there were times where you're absolutely correct that there were moments where it wasn't like running as hot as it could have been, I guess is the best way to say it. It wasn't bad. Good, great match. I mean, terrible match, 4 stars.
Thank you. Jesus Christ. Okay. AEW International Championship. Orange Cassidy defends against Jon Moxley. 19 minutes and 50 seconds. Kent gave this 4 1/4. I have 3 words in my notes.
5 fucking stars.
Wrong kid died.
Bullshit. Nope. I disagree. Who else was the right person that is just as trusted in this Fed, not injured, that can always be called on besides Orange Cassidy? It's fucking Moxley. Moxley was the right person to take the belt off him, because the next person to take it off Moxley will automatically get a rub because it's coming off Moxley.
Wrong kid died. I think Orange Cassidy, he didn't need the rub by beating Moxley, but I think he should have gotten the rub by beating Moxley. A former, 3-time AEW World Champion? Get that win? Didn't need it. So, he didn't need it, then did he need it? No, okay. I see your point. I still think the wrong kid died. I think Orange Cassidy should have went over. All right, I'm going to be the underrated piece of shit. 3 3/4.
Can I mute him now or wait till later?
The visual before the match of Cassidy's hand, and then they panned, and then Moxley was in the background, was great. It was absolutely
I had that
great.
in my notes.
It was absolutely great. Yeah, I mean, the match was great, but wrong kid died. Again, I may go back and watch this match because this was also a part where I was dead ass fucking tired. And I'm like, just get over with. I want to go to sleep. So I will go back and rewatch this match.
Well, I 100% say I watched this match next day. Because it was long, but it was fucking amazing.
But yeah, 3 3/4 on the initial watching. All right, Sleazy.
Okay, so let me preface this by saying I watched both shows this morning. I watched Payback first and then this show. So when we got to the end of this show, I had been watching wrestling for 7 hours. Okay? This was, without a doubt, the match of the weekend. 5 stars, absolute perfection. This was everything it needed to be. I 100% disagree with you by saying that the wrong kid died, because I can't even believe I'm saying this, but the international title is beneath Orange Cassidy now. He needed to get the title off him. Who better to pull the title off of him than Jon Moxley? And the rub he got here with the fucking insanity that this match was the absolute right thing to do. Even to the last very fucking moment. Took 2 Death Riders to take him out. Orange Cassidy had to be put down with 2 Death Riders. Things that Kenny Omega could barely kick out of. Orange Cassidy took 2 of them before he finally lost his title. That man got a rub by losing even. There were so many great spots here. The Roman Spear was funny, but also it was so hard hitting. It was like everything that you could have wanted in an Orange Cassidy match, but turned up to 12 because it also had Moxley in it. Not the hugest fan of Jon Moxley. I will admit that. And I will also admit that I'm a fucking Orange Cassidy mark. But at this point in time, Orange Cassidy should be up the card further. I dare say he should be going for the world title. And this was a perfect jumping off point. Once again, I don't understand 3 3/4 there. I really don't. Other than you really, really just love shitting on AEW matches.
He does.
I'm a half-star off from John Canton.
Yeah, and he's been... Yeah, but the thing is that...
He rated this show higher than Payback. John Canton did.
There were 3 5-star matches on this show.
There was not. I was just going to say...
Without
I was just going to say...
No, I'm not even going to entertain you thinking differently. Because there is no fucking way Jay Briscoe was winning the Ring of Honor Championship that night. And there's no fucking way that out of all the matches that happened on this show, you only thought one was 5 stars.
I gave no 5-star.
No, excuse me. You didn't even give one 5 stars. I thought you gave Kenny Omega 5 stars.
No,
you didn't.
That was 4.5.
So you are an underrated piece of shit.
Didn't I say after the Payback show that now watch Sleazy overrate the shit out of AEW?
Yeah, fuck you.
So you're underrating the AEW.
But I'm not. I'm
of course he
correctly
is.
rating AEW.
No,
the only match I will go back and rewatch is the international title match.
Because it doesn't say WWE or Impact in front of it.
100%.
You're a biased piece of shit.
But here's the thing. I don't think I've given an Impact match 5 stars. So I don't. There's not even that. The only match I'll rewatch on this is the international title match. The other thing is that we brought up is everybody kicking out of everyone's finishers, every fucking match. And that's another reason, especially in the Omega match, it happened. That's another reason why I didn't give it 5 stars. Just like, really? You're going to kick out again? What's that? You didn't hit One Wing Angel. But because the only person can kick out of the One Ring Angel is Kenny Omega. Somebody else did. Paige did.
Adam
Page did, yeah.
But here's the thing, though. That didn't happen. But it did on the WWE show, right?
No, it happened on the WWE. Well, in the tag title match.
Literally, fuck your finish. I'll hit you with mine and win. Happened Miz versus fucking LA Knight.
Yeah. And what did I give that again?
Better than some of the matches you gave here.
2 3/4.
Mm-hmm. Better than some of the matches you gave here.
Yeah. But not better than the matches that I'm bitching about. So that happening in. Okay. So I don't understand that. The only match I'll rewatch.
The anti-AEW mark is being an anti-AEW mark.
Yeah, because giving a match a 4 stars, 4 stars, 3.5 is so anti-AEW. Like giving them good ratings is anti-AEW, not overrating them. I will watch the international title match because I will admit I was dead ass tired. That I will rewatch. But Omega was not a 5-star match.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
I'm not going to worry my pretty little head about it because I know I am right. And I called it. I called you fucking overrating the show.
Listen, you're just going to make us do the Sleazy Horseman episode so we can properly review AEW shows.
Right. I mean, at least I'm watching the product every week.
No, I don't want you to. You're so bitter and jaded, but you're so bitter and jaded, you can't get past it. And it's not fun for you. If wrestling's not fun, and you don't enjoy it, don't watch it.
Here's the thing.
And it's not to be a dickhead about it, but it's just why put something in your life that gives you negative emotions or energies.
I need my blood pressure to be raised and lowered. Apparently, it's good for you.
Here's the thing, though, I want to point this out too. You guys gave me shit last episode.
No,
you did for not watching the product, right? I'm not watching this product either. It's not like I'm watching just the AEW weeklies or just the Impact weeklies.
I'm not watching anything.
I'm not watching anything other than the actual shows. And that's kind of by intention because I want to give them fair shots like this. Because I don't have enough time to watch all of them. So I can't sit here and go, well, I'm watching Raw and SmackDown, but not Dynamite. So I don't watch any of them. But it gives me at least a fair platform to put them up one against the other. And why would I sit here and underrate one and overrate the other because of things that happen outside of the show itself? I'm looking at it from the show itself.
But these are my opinions, though. I don't think they're
these are my opinions
matches.
as well.
Like, we give each other shit, but at the same time,
right?
That's your opinion. I don't think there's a 5-star match on this show. It's not because AEW. I have given AEW matches 5 stars before.
And I politely, absolutely 100% disagree with you. Not only was there one 5-star match, not only there was 2 5-star matches, but there were 3 on this show.
So this show was better than WrestleMania.
2 nights? Well, there's still stinkers on this card. So I'd have to look at what would actually be the better show. 3 5-star matches? 3 5-star matches would absolutely warrant me going back and taking a look at them back to back. Yes.
I got your star ratings. They're somewhere. I think
one of these days we'll get them on the fucking website, but
I'm trying.
Yeah, it's not just you. It's me too.
I have the old document on the old computer that I'm halfway done with. I don't want to restart, so I'm going to transfer it to a thumb drive to put on this one.
Totally understandable, but like I said, the point I'm trying to make is that this was far, and this is after saying this a week later or 2 weeks later. This was their best show that they've ever done, I thought, because just the
over Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
the first Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Because here's another thing. Sorry to interrupt you again.
Okay,
but
no, he's not.
Maybe the expectations were so low on this card because there was like hardly any build. That we're just like, holy shit. Even I admit, like, there's some matches on here I'm like, the first 2 matches we both agree on didn't really need to be on. Again, this show was too long. Let's say this right now.
Yeah.
Again, the show was too long. These shows don't need to be 4 hours long. Even Payback being 3.5 did not need to be 3.5 hours long. That needs to be 3. Like, I'll say Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, maybe Survivor Series, 4 hours. Everything needs to be 3. That's it. You don't need 4-hour shows. This does not need to be a 4-hour show. Another thing that's interesting that came out of this show was, yes, we already knew they were doing the Wrestle Dream pay-per-view, but that's also on a Sunday during football season.
Yikes. Do the Jaguars play that
Get out of my fucking head, Sleazy. Right. I'm going to the schedule now.
I don't know because I'm not a football fan at all, obviously.
What was the date? October 1st, right?
Yes. I do believe they are playing.
Oh, Jesus.
But when? Like, if they're playing the afternoon game, that's not going to fucking matter. They're in Seattle.
Let me take a look. They are in London. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time start. That's why.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why.
That makes sense.
What's his foot? Chad will go over. Tony don't got to go over.
Yeah.
That's week, 3?
No.
I'm curious.
Week
4.
Week
3. Week 4?
Yeah, week 4.
Yep. What is the Sunday night game that week? Chiefs, Jets.
Oh, that's a shit game.
No, it's not. Patrick Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers.
Somehow this turned into the best darn sports show period too.
Yeah. Also, but here's the thing, and here's another thing I'm going to bitch about with AEW.
Okay.
The early estimates of this show is 200,000 buys.
I saw 100,000.
I saw 200,000.
Where the fuck did you see 200,000?
Yeah, I thought I saw.
Maybe I read it wrong.
100.
Maybe I read it wrong.
Because that's in line with their other shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me take a look.
While he's looking that up.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So I missed it.
Okay.
Drew over 100,000 buys and will finish somewhere in the ballpark of 200,000. Okay, so that's in line. Okay.
Yeah, that's in line. With
I thought the initials were 200,000, then up, and I was just like,
Considering the show, weak build.
Imagine the pay-per-view had to bomb because Punk wasn't on it.
Right? Well, here's the funny part about that. Weak build, their main event gets fired. You know? Oops.
Yeah, I think it's actually a little down from last year's, which makes sense because you had all in and all out. So I say that's a success.
So it's a financial success. It is
which is going to be
a booking success because you've furthered a ton of different.
Which
feuds.
you kind of needed it to be. You needed to further. This was a show you don't end feuds. You need to further feuds, especially we had all in and all out. Now apparently this is going to be a year-to-year thing. All in, all out.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Khan says something while he couldn't logistically. All the different pay-per-view companies didn't want to have a bundle package. Some of them did, some of them didn't, which makes sense. He's going to try to work on that for next year.
Yeah, because they're already at Wembley. They've already got the show booked. And I'm sure they got fucking Chicago booked for next year.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got Chicago booked tomorrow. For tomorrow. Because they're in Chicago every week, it seems like.
Yeah, that's true. Do we have anything else we want to hit on here before we call it a night?
Sky Blue.
What's that? Did you say Sky Blue?
You wanted to hit on, he said Sky Blue.
Okay, well done. Well done, sir.
Ha! Ha! Because I've been searching Reddit looking for a good quote for this episode.
Yes.
And he freezes.
SC jerk. And it's a picture of Tony Khan, Daniel Bryan. The caption is, I'm hurt, I'm old, and I'm fucking tired, and I have no idea where I am right now or what my name is. Making fun of shit about Daniel Bryan. First comment I see. Great to see brother Daniel convert to Islam.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
Sheik Brian Al Goody.
Oh, my goodness. I will tell you, Squared Circle Jerk is probably one of my favorite subreddits.
Fuck. They're so ridiculous. Like, to the point.
I love them. I absolutely love them. There were a ton of different and I just want to touch on this really, 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 really quickly. I'll try. There were so many different tributes to both Bray and Funk over the weekend. Owens was the big one from WWE, in my opinion, and obviously the strap match being the big one in AEW, but so many different tributes.
Seth with the pinstripes.
Yeah, it was just, there's so many great things. Of all the things that happened, what is your favorite moment, favorite tribute?
Personally, for me, I just enjoyed any time you just saw the empty rocking chair. Because you knew what it symbolized. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, for how often, too, like, just a simple a rocking chair, Mitch the Plank, just that kind of that thing that you see, like to symbolize something that as soon as you see it, like you saw an Olympic gold medal, wrestling wise, who are you thinking of?
Kurt Angle.
Gable Stevenson, which is not even his real name.
But it's the same thing, like a little object like that, or like just being associated with somebody. Like when you say Ric Flair, 99% of the people, even if you don't watch wrestling, go, woo. Right? To have something connected so well, I like that because it was just a visual, and man, I was there when all this, like, I was watching this shit. Like, Bray kind of grew up in front of us, and it was nice to see it.
I'll tell you, I tried. I really tried. I honestly tried. I still haven't watched the SmackDown yet, and I wanted to. I'm not sure I could have handled it, honestly. There's so many people this year that died that I'm having a hard time with it, you know. And having Bray was probably the worst one recently, and I kind of made references a couple weeks ago partially because of the fact that he was younger than us. And it you know, there's that moment of, oh shit, am I next type of thing. And, you know, it does get to you. So I just wondered, you know, Fat Man, did you have a specific one?
No, I mean, probably like the House of Black with the lantern and at All In, but that was probably it.
That was probably mine as well. So, Ryan, we don't have any other news, right?
Damian Priest was handed a customized Money in the Bank briefcase. It's blue and it looks deadly.
Ooh, nice, very nice.
Should be purple.
Well, a darker blue. I don't think the purple stands out well for what they wanted it to do, and I think that's gone right.
Do you? Oh shit! I completely lost it. Do you believe? Who do we think? We're gonna throw this back out there. We've got 4 titles on 5 people, basically, or 5 titles on 4 people.
We have 4 titles on 4 people.
Well, including the briefcase. I consider that a title. I know it's not really a title.
Yeah, fair enough.
But who are we looking at as the first person to lose their championship?
Dom.
Yep.
You think it's Dom?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be Rhea first. Honestly, I really
there's
do.
There's an NXT show at the end of the month.
Yeah,
that's true.
No mercy.
Yeah, it's very possible. Get somebody over in NXT. That could be. Ryan, put yourself over.
Ryan Buckox, Reddit and Twitter.
Awesome. I'm at TWS Sleazy.
TWS Fat Man.
And first of all, fuck Chip. But we are Sleazy Fat Man on Twitter /X, Instagram, Threads, and TikToks. Please go on over there and give us a like on our channels. Videos you can find at twitch.tv/sleazyfatman, youtube.com/sleazyfatman, premium videos on onlyfans.com/The Wrestling Show. You can find all sorts of content on thewrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch, and a ton of other cool stuff, including eventually our star ratings. You can get our right
and our photo history for scorecards.
Yes, that's coming too. Things I've been trying to work on and haven't gotten around to actually doing. You can get this podcast every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean. Don't hesitate to rate us on your favorite platform and click automatic downloads. It really does help us out. So with a fuck you to Chip, a thank you to Ryan.
And fuck you to Dietz, because we haven't said that last episode either.
Right? Yeah, fuck Dietz. And as always, for Sleazy.
For the Fat Man.
This is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Tony Khan. Hot dogs on a sandwich, sub is on a sandwich, and burgers is a sandwich. What are we doing next week? We're doing stuff and things.
And things and stuff.
And things
Love
and stuff.
Love it.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain of the game, the bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing